I am Scented Fawn, a traveler of the fragrance space-time. Today, I find myself in one of my favorite places, the ancient plane tree forest of Planetero, in the mountain village Planetero, which is situated in the southwestern part of the Arania Mountains of Peloponnese. I have actually been here before in one of my first videos called Farewell to Summer. I always cherish the moments I spend here because it's such a magical place, and considering the wildfires that are ravaging Greece yet another summer, I think to value and to cherish the gifts the forest can offer to the human mind and the soul is imperative. So this is a video about my fragrance endeavors of August here on the mountains of Peloponnese. Each day was dedicated to a sample or a travel bottle that I have brought with me, which I fully wore, keeping just a little amount in the sample to be reminded of it during the shooting of this video. I kept some personal notes in my journal without taking a look at the actual notes of the fragrance, because I wanted to come in touch with that first impression and perception without being biased by the knowledge of the notes. From these samples that I tried, I have picked 6 to present in this video. I think they are fitting for the summer forest montane aesthetic, either because of their honeyed solar texture or their ethereal woody quality, or even the magical traits. So together we will explore these fragrances, revisit the fragrance notes and my personal notes, and let the magic of the forest fill our hearts and our noses. Enjoy. Let's begin with my first choice for this video, which is a fragrance by L'Artisan Parfumeur, launched in 2024. And it is Il était en bois by L'Artisan Parfumeur, as I already mentioned, and this is the official sample. I will also depict the bottle here. Soft, ethereal, powdery woods, an airy, fluffy veil of wood shavings. As I told you, I kept a quantity so that I can be reminded of it. It is such a gentle fragrance with sweet, powdery aspects and a soft spiciness. I can get something like anise in here, although I'm not sure if there's anise inside. Now that I smell it, it's also kind of dry. It reminds me of a piece of cut wood that has absorbed the sunlight of the day, if that makes any sense. This is the sensation I get. So it is perfect for a summer forest aesthetic. What I truly enjoyed while wearing it is how smoothly it blends with your skin. With time, it becomes a your skin but better scent. It's very fitting for the warm weather. It is a good summer choice that sets apart from the usual choices with citrus notes and fabric softener vibes. I mention here a flower aesthesis, and I mean the edible flower, the kitchen flower. Among the lines of Bois Farine by Same House, which I also own a bottle of and I find absolutely beautiful. Yes, indeed. I still feel, now that I'm wearing it again, that there is a resemblance, and not a resemblance, an association. Let me see the notes. Buckwheat, vetiver, and cedar. With time passing by, I felt that this fragrance achieved some interesting, discreetly edible aspects. Such a beautiful, unexpected, ethereal, woody fragrance with an edible aspect to it. I get this non-sweet powdery aesthesis. It's made with the refinement of L'Artisan Parfumeur. I really like the offerings of this house and the way they make their fragrances. I think I'm considering a full bottle too. So this was Il était en bois by L'Artisan Parfumeur. So my next choice was Oud for Happiness by Initio, which almost did not make it to the list of the video because I thought it would be more suitable for wintry weather. But due to its development, it finally got included in this video. Oud for Happiness by Initio. Minty and spicy woods. This is my first impression of the fragrance. So let me check if I still get this first impression today. It's almost raining here. I have the most beautiful natural umbrella right above me. It is a plane tree that is very plush. It keeps me from receiving the little raindrops. Let me spray it. It is again the official sample of Initio. Now that the weather is kind of autumnal here, although it's still the summer, I think it's even more fitting. I also get something chocolatey, really intensely chocolate. If you have eaten chocolate with mint filling, then this is the sensation I get. There is a slight alteration of my first impression. There is a sparkly quality about this fragrance which makes it so very fun-filled. It offers a fun-filled experience because although it's oud we're talking about, this fragrance is not afraid to take it easy and offer some sparkly, almost edible fun. I think it's more fit for colder months. It has a beautiful, warming, spicy quality about it that I would find extremely enjoyable during winter. It reminds me of a warm beverage that has both botanical herbal aspects and also some chocolatey nuances. But the thick woody aspects of the oud, the darker aspects, get elevated in this fragrance in a level above the ground, which gives it a lighter attitude, a more fun feeling. So I think it's suitable for all weathers, to tell you the truth. It's a beautiful green spiciness. I am still not sure about the notes of the fragrance. I remember that there are spicy notes. I remember there is oud, of course, and mint. As time went by and it blended with my skin complexion, I found it even more adaptive to the summer forest environment. With time, instead of becoming darker and harsher and all these aspects, on the contrary, it becomes even more sparkly. Think of mint, sparkly chocolate, oud, spices, all these combined create this beautiful fragrance that is called oud for happiness. It has a gleaming effect. It does not resemble oud for greatness. It's a different fragrance. So my next choice was Eau Rose by Diptyque in this travel size bottle. As you see, I have used it quite a lot because this fragrance is very delicate and it needs a lot of sprays to be perceived. It's an ethereal, discreetly woody, kind of spicy rose with faint fruitiness, like a barely noticeable red fruit sensation. I mention here that it evokes to me something nostalgic, a feeling from the past which I cannot place. I created an image in my mind. A picnic in the forest, girls with colorful floral dresses sitting on top of a red and white checkered tablecloth that has on it freshly picked wild strawberries, freshly cut roses, books, letters with vintage stamps, all beautiful girly things, all of these in a state of foresty enchantment. Oh my god, it has this very ethereal but piquant spiciness. It has a very beautiful, creamy undertone, like the ethereal woodiness the cedar tree note brings to fragrances. It also has some fresh, soapy, feminine aspects about it. It's beautiful. It's delicate like spider silk. It's not intense at all. It needs a lot of sprays, but sometimes I find myself craving for a fragrance like this. You know, I don't want my fragrances to always surpass my personal aura. I sometimes need them to be adaptive, if that makes any sense. If it is too metaphysical or philosophical, I hope I'm not making all this description very complex for you. Rose Damascena, Rose Centifolia, a Lychee accord, and Ambroxan. So I guess the fruitiness I get actually derives from the lychee. Although I usually perceive lychee as being more sour than what I get in this fragrance here, it is really more like a faint red fruitiness. This to me is an utterly romantic veil of a scent with some interesting prickly rose aspects. So Eau Rose by Diptyque. So now we are proceeding to a fragrance that has honey inside, which I find very fitting for the summer forest, more specific, this golden honeyed touch. Honey Oud by Montal. And this was decanted for me. This gives me intense solar honeyed woody sensations. I think it's perfect to represent the summer forest aesthetic. It's intensely sweet and woody, but it does not suffocate you with its sweetness or oudiness. I wore it in 26 degrees weather. It was absolutely complemented by the gentle solar touch of the summer mountain sun. The harshness of the oud gets embraced by a sparkly vanillic honey sensation and shows a gentle, mellow attitude with the addition of these golden honey nuances. It sounds interesting, doesn't it? So let me spray again. I think I will draw the attention of all the insects and fauna of the forest with this fragrance. Anyway, let's hope not. Now it's raining. It's beautiful. It's protecting me, the plane tree. I don't know for how long it will protect me. If the rain becomes severe, I will have to flee to my car. Anyway, it's still perfectly fine. I think I'm also getting a fresh gust, something like tobacco leaves. This fresh tobacco sensation, but I'm not sure if there's tobacco in this fragrance. I'm really impressed by this Montale. It is discreetly edible. The honey in here is just right. It's not entirely animalic or entirely exclusively edible. The description actually from the official website mentions an irresistible honeyed heart, enclosing leaves of patchouli from Sumatra, delicate floral notes spirited with lively cinnamon from Ceylon, and magnified with precious Laotian oud, rich amber, leather, and greedy vanilla pods from Madagascar. I like that vanilla is mentioned as being greedy. So I guess it's the patchouli and the cinnamon that give to this fragrance this fresher side. It balances the syrupy aspects of the honey and the dark and animal aspects of the oud, giving this mintiness that the patchouli is so famous of giving, and a shady aspect. These notes, I think, make the fragrance somehow transparent, golden. Another one I'm considering a full bottle of Honey Oud by Montale. So now we proceed to an indie house called Alchemia. I have tried many offerings from this house, and some of them are truly favorites. And a Roll in the Hay, the official sample, will apparently also enter the favorites list. So this is another fragrance that is featuring the note of honey as the main attraction of the blend. This is discreetly woody and honeyed, and it has a distinct aromatic aspect about it, a herbal aspect. It's like honey combined with oregano or rosemary. This is the sensation I firstly get with the fragrance. There's also a spiciness about it. This honey in here is more edible than the honey in Honey Oud by Montale. It literally feels to me like a wooden bowl filled with golden honey and sprinkled with grated cinnamon on top. Let me check my journal. The honey here shows slight animalic nuances which make it very matching with the forest life and forest fauna aesthetic. Okay, so now I remember why I noted this, because this forest is so beautiful, and I thought I should talk a bit about this. The sound of buzzing bumblebees and the fluttering of butterflies, all these are very characteristic sounds of this forest. And as soon as you don't scare them with your intrusion, and as soon as you adapt and you are not invasive, if you listen carefully, then you can literally fill yourself with this vibrant and energetic atmosphere that surrounds you. So all these thoughts were evoked by A Roll in the Hay. Let me read the notes so that we can see how close I was with my description, because it says a delightful romp through dried hay, fresh green grass, early summer wildflower honey, vanilla grass, vanilla leaf, and wild poppy. Okay, I see the mention of grass and also poppies and wildflowers, which is very interesting. And I really like the expression early summer wildflower honey, because this honey feels like wildflower honey. It has the herbal aspects that I mentioned, so It's very solar. It's not thick. The flower honey is more transparent and golden, and it absolutely makes sense to me. But I don't know what vanilla grass is. So let me check a bit. Vanilla grass. Okay, it says that it smells like vanilla that has dried. Its sweet scent derives from coumarin. I didn't know the existence of vanilla grass. This is very interesting. As for the hay, I'm not sure if I'm getting a related sensation, but there is definitely a grassy attitude which makes it more vegetal in a way. So this was raw in the hay. Another one that I'm considering getting a bottle of. It makes a difference when you fully wear them and you don't just spray once. If you spray once, you won't be able to perceive the fragrance's development and the fragrance's contact with your own skin complexion and with your own perception, which is almost something spiritual, not material. Fragrances need time to befriend or unfriend your personality. These are my thoughts about fragrances. So let's proceed to this little treasure here, which is Parfum de Merveille. This is the 7 ml bottle, which is so cute. So I still get this Merveille DNA, which I perceive as an orange, golden dust, nuanced wood sensation. But there is a slight alteration because there is a darker, more balsamic oak moss. I get oak moss. There is another layer, a darker layer, which I perceive as more wizardly, if I may use this expression. Let me check my journal. There is a thick balsamic aspect about this fragrance. With time, it thickens, it becomes resinous and timbered. It still has that sparkly, glittery feeling that all the Merveille have, which is a citrusy, golden thing. There's a citrusy, golden thing going on, like gold dust. It actually offers the perfect contradiction, like a dark forest that is infrequently visited by the sun. It's a rare occasion, so it could represent this beautiful natural contradiction. From the official website, this version, it mentions, has warmer and darker notes than the EDT and is enriched with patchouli and resin. Sweetness of cognac can be felt through a sparkling citrus note. The citrus note, you see? Okay, yes, there is a booziness as well, so cognac makes really sense to me. It also has Peru balsam, oak, and oak moss. So these are all aspects that you can get from the fragrance. Imagine the EDT, the Eau de Merveille, darkened, thickened, and more balsamic, shady. This is the sensation of this beautiful treasure that I truly cherish, Parfum de Merveille by Hermès. I think it was launched right after the EDT, so it is an older fragrance. Let's proceed to the bottle that made it to the Summer Forest perfume list, which is Beau Lys. It wasn't worn for the first time here on the mountains. I have already worn it a few times because I tend to grab it very easily. It's almost new. I got it like 3 months ago, and you see, I have used it. Oh my god, this is magical. This is magic in a bottle. A magical vanilla. This is woody, resinous, smoky, vanillic, and imagine all these aspects in their most ethereal version possible. It literally smells like fairy wood dust sprinkled with vanilla bean powder. Doesn't it feel magical to you? Well, it is magical. The resinous aspects are very smooth. They are sand-like. They are warming and enveloping. The smokiness is discreet, like a breeze coming from a faraway chimney. Maybe a breeze coming from another season and landing in a summer forest. Such a beautiful fragrance. Let me see what I wrote in my journal. I'm mesmerized by the fragrance. It creates the image of paths between tall, centuries-old trees, oak and cedar trees. But it's not a real world, but a fairy tale kingdom you are entering. Still, you are of your own time, because this fragrance is very, very modern. You can feel that it's made with modern recipes and techniques. Elemi resin, tobacco leaves. So this here has tobacco leaves. Redwood pine, incense, gaiac wood, cedar, vanilla beans. Okay, I guess the smokiness apparently comes from the incense. Checking the odor profile of gaiac wood, I see an olfactive spectrum from sweet balsamic vanilla to a woody smoky accord. Actually, it is an ethereal smoky breeze and enveloped by magical vanilla nuances. It also brings all the woody wisdom of the forest. This, I know, I did it again. I built a myth around the fragrance. But I truly love it, and due to its amazingly velvet texture, its texture is velvety, it's smooth, it's creamy and velvety, and because of that discreet texture, it is perfect for layering purposes. You can wear it with your gourmands, with your woody perfumes, with citruses. It will add a layer to the fragrance. It will not clash the other fragrance. Beau Lis. An honorable mention to this fragrance here, which I also wore during my stay on the mountains, and it is a favorite of mine. As you can see, I'm not happy with this turn of events. But when you love a fragrance, it will finish at some point, I know. Anyway, this is Poets of Berlin by Wilhelm Parfümerie. I have already mentioned it in other videos. I love it. It's woody, vanillic, green, with a gleaming effect coming from the juicy blueberry and the shiny lime. It is a perfect balance of nuances. I think it's a beautiful fragrance. I'm very sad that it's finishing, and I think it's perfect for a summer forest aesthetic. I imagine a basket full of blueberries on the forest floor, surrounded by oak and cedar trees. It's Poets of Berlin, a beauty. I will wear it till the last drop, and I may need another bottle very soon. Poets of Berlin. So that was my August perfume journal, inspired by this blessed place that has absorbed some centuries-old ancient wisdom, which it can willingly offer if you let yourself perceive it, either through your eyes, your ears, your hands, and of course, this magical sense that is called smell. Hope to see you again in my next video. Until then, I send you a forested, enchanted kiss.